Do not stand in my grave and weep. I am not there, I do not sleep. I am thousand winds to blow. I am a diamond glints on snow. I am the sun on ripened grain. I am the gentle autumn rain. I am the soft stars shine at night. Do not stand in my grave and cry. I am not there, I did not die. An inspirational and emotional story of a mother who lost her child. Gladys Paola revealed how tragically she lost her 1-year-old baby, Jorge, who suffered from cancer. How do you overcome losing a child? Experiencing loss and losing someone you love might be one of the biggest challenges you might go through. But even more, there's nothing as losing a child. Losing a child is a horrific experience that no parent should ever have to face. It is one of the most unnatural things that can happen to a parent, particularly a woman. It's something many people fear at one time or another, but probably never expect to actually experience. Parents will never get over the loss, and deep inside they might never accept it, but they can always find ways to cope it with in the best way they can. I'm not saying it's easy, because it's not. In fact, it might end up being the toughest thing you'll ever endure in your life.
You are here, even though you are gone.
Hello Gladys, I appreciate your support and patience for this interview, as this event was a difficult experience you had to overcome throughout the years. Can you please tell us a little bit about you?
Well, my name is Gladys Paola. I'm 36 years old. I have 2 kids, Priscilla, who's 17, and Patricio, who is 5. I'm married, and I've been living in Puerto Vallarta for 6 years.
So I know you experienced loss, which is losing a child, and which was Jorge. Can you please, what do you remember about him?
Oh, he was beautiful. He was a very beautiful boy. He had a special light, big blue eyes, curly hair. I mean, what can I tell you? He was like an angel.
Experiencing loss and losing someone you love might be one of the biggest challenges you might go through. But even more, there's nothing as losing a child. Losing a child is a horrific experience that no parent should ever face. It is one of the most unnatural things that can happen to a parent, particularly a woman. How do you engage to the feelings of loss?
It's very difficult to express and to make someone understand. I mean, I think everybody experiences loss in a different way and everybody feels it in a different way. I don't want to, I wouldn't like anybody to feel that, but it's a very painful feeling, and but we all have the strength to overcome it. That's definitely.
Can you engage in that scenario of what happened that day? What do you remember?
He had been sick for a long time. He was in a coma for almost 2 months. So I can only tell you that he wasn't there anymore. He had cancer in his brain, and the doctors knew that was not coming back. And what I can tell you is that God gave me the opportunity to say goodbye and to accept the situation little by little. And I can just remember that day when his heart stopped beating, I felt a special peace in my heart that I don't know, I knew his soul was going to the right place and he wasn't supposed to be here anymore.
So what made you stronger? What was your motivation in order to keep fighting?
My motivation was Priscilla. Priscilla was 9-10 years old, and she needed me, and she needed a strong mom and an example to follow. And my husband, and I mean my family. My family definitely was my motivation to keep on going and to keep moving. You cannot stop. The world keeps moving. And nobody will stop for you, so you have to keep on moving with the world and just grab your pain and your, whatever you feel and keep going.
So you did carry on with God?
Oh, that's definitely. I mean, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here. At a point, I just, asked him, I can't deal with this anymore, and please just help me, because I don't know what this is. When you realize you're not in control of things and things happen, you have to let him work and do whatever he needs to do. I couldn't do anything, you know, there was not any human resources anymore. We did what we had to do, and the doctors made whatever they had to do, and if it's not your call and it's not your decision, you just, you know, hang on to him and say, do what you have to do.
At that point, you wanted someone to explain it? You wanted someone to fix it?
What I think is that he was here for a greater reason, and maybe I don't fully understand it right now, but he touched a lot of people more than I thought he was going to. And he touched my family, and he changed us, and you know, it was an experience we had to live.
So did you suffer any depression and loneliness?
I don't think I felt depression, loneliness for sure, because you have to go through your pain by yourself. Nobody can help you with that, and nobody feels the same way. But you're never alone at the same time. You're never alone in this, and as soon as you understand that God's always with you, and you know that you have a greater energy that will help you through all those process, and he's the one that you have to call, and he's the one that you have to ask for help, because nobody else can.
So your main support was your family?
My family and God.
And what helped you to accept Jorge's death? Was it hope?
Yes, I mean, hope I felt inside me. Even during the process of his illness, I felt very peaceful. I knew that everything was going to be all right. Inside me, I had this hope that everything was going to be all right. I didn't understand it quite as well. I thought he was going to get better, and you know, in the process, I realized that everything was going to be okay with or without him in this planet. And of course, hope of, you know, that you're going to be okay, that your family is going to be okay, and that he has other plans for you.
Well, thank you, Gladys, for this amazing interview and for opening your heart and sharing your story. In loving memory of Jorge Dominguez.
Gracias.
Time really does heal all wounds and fears. They all subside if you allow them. I'm not saying you'll ever forget, because I promise you won't. But as time goes on, you'll learn to cope with things better. The tears no longer flow as quickly or last as long. The beautiful memories of your child become more and more precious. Thank you, Gladys, for sharing your story.